Hey everybody, welcome back again. Tony here with Shinsho Yoga, and today I'd like to talk to you a little bit about sciatica and what yoga can do for it. Before I get into any of that, I do have to preface with I am not a doctor. I'm a yoga teacher, so my point of view is all going to be coming from my own experiences, my own background, my own issues with sciatica, and how yoga views it. If you do have big problems with sciatica or have it and you haven't seen a doctor, it is wonderful now that you're watching the video to get information and inform yourself, but I would also encourage that also to get their opinion. So just want to be responsible and say that to begin with, that just don't take my word for it. Find out information about it. But with that, I want to talk to you a little bit about what it is, what yoga can do for it, and my own experiences. So let me start with my own experience. I had, and still can get, sciatica in my left leg. What is sciatica, if you're not sure? It's a pinching of the sciatic nerve, which is a nerve running through your spine, down through the lower part of the lumbar spine into the sacral spine, right? So you have S1, 2, and 3, and L4 and L5 that the sciatic nerve is running through, and then it runs down through your legs. Right? That nerve can pinch, and when it pinches, you can either get a combination of pain, numbness, tingling, or any combination of. For me, it was numbness, and it was in my left leg. And what would happen is if I sat for too long, and this is back before I was a yoga teacher, and I worked in an office, and I sat all day long. I was in the corporate world like most of America, sitting in a chair at a desk all day long. Your body adapts to whatever you're doing on a regular basis. So sitting, your body adapts to sitting if that's what you do all the time. I had a long commute, about an hour and a half every day in a car, so 3 hours minimum driving every day to the office, and then an 8-hour day at a desk, 5 days a week. The back muscles shortened up, and what that caused my lumbar spine to do, L4 and L5, is this, imagining that this is my spine, right? And here is the discs, L4, L5. The muscles in my back tightened up, they imbalanced, they pulled, and they pinched the nerve. And when they pinched the nerve, this leg would go dead, go numb. I'd be sitting at my desk and I couldn't feel it. I'd sit there and, do one of these, get up. I'd have to get up and I'd have to walk, and it would get numb and tingly, and I'd have to walk a while. Like I couldn't just get up and walk up and down the aisle. I'd have to go out for a bit, walk and come back, and then it would finally clear up, and then would come back later in the day. I went to being, if you've watched my other videos, I've talked about, my background and things like that. I went to a chiropractor to start with to work it out, and then proceeded to go to an acupuncturist from there to work it out. And at the same time is when I started getting into yoga. And yoga was the big help for me. Your body is designed to heal itself if you give it what it's supposed to do. Unfortunately, our point of view in modern medicine in modern America, if you're watching this, if you're in America, throughout the modern world, is we don't look to prevent problems. We try to, fix them after the fact. We don't want to change our lifestyles to fit things. We want to take a pill or have a surgery or have something to take care of it. If you give your body what it needs, it will cure itself. And that's what I'm going to focus here on today, is discussing that, of what you need to do. Sciatica, for different people, can be different things. Again, some people have numbness, some people have pain, some people have a combination thereof. Many people, it is that pinching of the nerve due to an imbalance in the muscles. Some people may end up with a bone spur on their spine that is pinching off the nerve, which is much more challenging to deal with because that's a growth that has happened on the spine versus just an imbalance in the muscle. But keeping ourselves healthy, keeping ourselves limber and loose will prevent the majority of the problems. In a case like sciatica, using mine as a specific example, when you sit at a desk 8 hours a day and then have a 3-hour commute, and you do that 5 days a week, and you do that month after month, week after week, year after year, your body will adapt. And since the back of my body was always in a seat, it shortens. Right? That's what happens. The muscles begin to shorten. They tighten up. They're not getting used as much. They don't stay limber and long. They tighten up just to hold in one position. And because the muscles on the back go up each side of the spine, one muscle can pull one way while the other muscle pulls the other way. And that will pinch off your nerve and cause that pain. It can happen, again, in the sacrum. It can be happening in the sacrum. It can be happening in the lower back. Anywhere in there to make that sciatica happen. But for a majority of cases, that can be prevented, and then through proper exercise and taking care of yourself and looking to prevent problems, you can resolve it. The reason I'm actually talking about this today is I have a good friend of mine who is going through this right now, and I went to his house the other day to give him yogic exercises. His point of view through most of life is like most people. Oh, well, I had this, take a pill, you go to the doctor and it gets rid of it, or you go get this surgery. Your body is not a car, right? It's not as if you go in, okay, the oil's worn out, time to change it, or your spine's worn out, time to cut you open and replace pieces of it. You're not meant to do that, and the body is meant to repair itself if you give it what it needs in the way of nutrition and exercise and rest and meditation. These things are very important, but they don't work like an aspirin. They don't work like an Advil. You can't just do one yoga class one day and have it go away. You can't go to, take a good night's sleep and then all of a sudden it's gone if you're not regularly sleeping well, right? You have to address all of these things. You can't one day decide to eat a salad, because that's what most people say, I'm eat healthy, I made a salad, and then expect it all to go away. You have to change your lifestyle, because it is your lifestyle that got you there. It's not a flaw in your body. It's something that develops over time, especially in those of us that are older. The muscles, as we get older, start to weaken. They're not as strong as what they were anymore. I recently went for a really long walk, 5 miles, and I am 46 years old currently. And boy, it hit my legs and my feet hurt. Now, I used to be able to run that. And it's not the same as it was. That doesn't mean I stop exercising and stop doing things, but it's understanding how the body changes over time. And sciatica is one of those things that will come up as your body changes over time, and you can prevent it, and you can do things about it without having to do drastic measures. In this video, I'm not going to give you exercises, so if you've been watching this whole time, thank you, begin with, but I will give you links to the exercise because I already have videos for that. Not sciatica specifically, but it is the same flow that I would give to somebody for sciatica, because they always go one on top of the other. The body all connects. And I will give you links, and let's see, right now, should go up right here. I'll put a link here for the flow I would give you, and I'll also put it in the comments below. And as I gave my friend the other day, I said to him, start with this flow, 15 minutes a day. Do it once a day. Build up from there. Rest in between as you need to. Right? And when that becomes easy, then you can start doing something else, and we'll get onto a little bit more. But understanding what it is important, and understanding you have the ability to do something about it, but it's generally going to require a change in mentality. Now, maybe if you're watching this video, you've already started to change your mentality. You're already out there looking for alternative medicines, which now it's alternative when these were the original ancient medicines in the world. And that's excellent. That's the right point of view. Right? In my opinion, I would not encourage you to look for surgeries and not look for pills. Look for natural medicines, and they can do it, but you have to change how you live. All of these things happen from lifestyle, right? And you have to change your lifestyle for it to make changes. So, the muscles in the back for sciatica, what happens, right? I'm sorry if I jumped real quickly there. but this is YouTube and I'm running out of time. They pinch. S1, S2, S3, L4, L5, right? The muscles imbalance, they pinch. You have to reopen and re-lengthen those muscles. My recommendation is yoga and acupuncture, right? I'm going to give you a link for a yoga flow, right, that I would recommend to do. That if you have sciatica, of course, again, recommending you if you haven't been to a doctor to see one, to make sure that you're okay for doing that type of exercise. But again, to change your body, to change these problems, especially as we get older, to make sure that we prevent these issues, we have to change how we approach it. Right. So, hopefully this helps you somewhat if you have this issue. Right. I apologize if this is a little too short and you were hoping for more, but that's what the comments are for. Most people find me pretty responsive. If you have a question, feel free to leave it, and I will give you what information I can. And remember, prevention is really the cure, and your body will heal itself if you give it what it needs. So, thanks for taking time to watch, and if you have the problem, I hope you heal soon from it. Namaste.